Hiya, sport. Ever since they changed Star Wars to Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, every mainline Star Wars movie has had a subtitle. But they are not all created equal. In fact, some of them are real bad. So it's time to rank them, based on how cool they sound, and how relevant they actually are to the plot. Stick around till the end when I retitle all of them in the style of Episode 9. We're gonna go in episode order here, so we'll start with Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I think it sounds cool. I can see how some people would think it's sort of dorky, but I like it. Is it relevant to the plot? Yes. However, it's just basically named after the villain. It could have been better, but it's pretty good. I'm putting this guy in B tier. Maybe we'll move it if something else happens. Alright, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Does this sound cool? Yeah, very. Is it relevant to the plot? Yeah. They try to focus on the love story a little bit more, but the actual interesting part of the plot is the Attack of the Clones. So, I'm gonna put that guy, gosh, it'll be an A tier for now. Alright, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This is so good on so many levels. It sounds super cool, I think, and it works in relation to the plot because, Sidious has been planning his revenge against the Jedi forever, and this is finally him executing on that. Plus, it's a great parallel to Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, of course. I think this guy belongs in S tier. Alright, Episode 4, A New Hope. Does it sound cool? I don't really think so. I for some reason, I prefer these movies to feel really, punchy and action-oriented, so A New Hope doesn't really do it for me. Is it relevant to the plot? Yes. The Empire has been terrorizing the galaxy for a long time, and Luke represents the New Hope for the galaxy, so that makes sense. But I feel like I have to put it below Phantom Menace, because it has about the same amount of relevance to the plot as Phantom Menace does, but it doesn't sound as cool. It's going in C tier. Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. This is a very cool sounding title, I think, and very relevant to the plot. I mean, the Death Star was destroyed, and this is the Empire's revenge. Totally. I feel like this has to go right into S tier, partially because it conveys the tone of the movie so well, too. I know I said I was just going to go for plot, but tone is important in this scenario as well. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. I think this one sounds pretty cool. For some reason, it doesn't hit me as hard as Revenge of the Sith or Empire Strikes Back, but it's obviously very relevant to the plot. It's going in A tier. Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Oh boy. Okay, so it sounds kind of cool, just on its own, but it basically has no relevance to the plot of the movie. Correct me if I'm missing something obvious here, but in what way does the Force awaken in this movie? I guess Rey learns how to use the Force suddenly, and it awakens inside of her, but I think it kind of cheapens the Force itself to imply that one Jedi or Sith could influence the Force and cause it to awaken or something. So I'm against this title, not just from a plot perspective, but from a lore perspective. I dislike it. It sounds kind of cool, but not enough to get it out of the lowest tier, D tier. I don't like it. Alright, Episode 8, The Last Jedi. I think this title is very evocative. I think it sounds pretty cool. I remember the first time I heard this title, it really got my imagination running, The plot doesn't really deliver on the title, but it's obviously relevant, even if it is a little bit misleading. I want to, just because I had such a strong personal reaction, I want to put it in A tier, but does it belong in B tier? Just to help make it a little more symmetrical, I think I'm going to put it in B tier. Alright, last and least is Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. I dislike this title so much. I think it sounds really goofy. I really don't like that they put the character's name in the title. For some reason, that just feels so weird to me. I mean, it's clearly trying to mirror Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, but Rise of Skywalker just doesn't work in the same way. Relevance to the plot? There is none. Again, unless you count Rey declaring herself a Skywalker at the end of the movie, there is no Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Solo would have made more sense because of Kylo's redemption arc. I don't know. I guess J.J. Abrams is just very bad at naming Star Wars movies.
The thing that bugs me the most about Rise of Skywalker is the fact that the character name is in the title. None of the other subtitles do that. But what if they did? Episode 1, The Loyalty of Panaka. Episode 2, The Birth of Rex and Cody. Episode 3, The Infanticide of Anakin. Episode 4, The Majestic Mustache of Darklighter. Episode 5, The Death of C-3PO.
Episode 6, The Rise of Solo. Episode 7, The Cameo of Obi-Wan's Voice. Episode 8, Smorgasbord.